Hello, everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It is the 15th of, I believe it is. It is not. It's the 16th. Okay, it's the 16th of June 2015, and today we have a couple different things to talk about, including this guy, which has caused some consternation. Let me explain. Fame here used to hang out with a family across the street, and he used to be very welcome to be there. And the lady got a little kitty cat. Okay? Now, the little kitty cat knew nothing about this cat. Okay? And so the little kitty cat told this cat that he's not welcome to come into their house. Well, her cat attacked this cat. And unfortunately, there were some misunderstandings, and I thought it was Rusty that attacked her cat. It's not. It's this cat. And he actually didn't attack her cat. Her cat swung first, and he just basically defended himself. You know, self-defense. Even though technically he was trespassing. So she called up animal control, or her husband did, thinking that I didn't have any concern about it. I did. I just didn't know until after he threatened to kill my cat, and of course I thought he was talking about Rusty. But then I didn't think it was Rusty either, because it didn't sound like Rusty, because Rusty doesn't beat up other cats. Rusty tends to be quite the opposite. He likes to generally, like this cat usually does, generally likes to kind of, not try to get into confrontation, so if he can avoid it. So what happened was, to make a long story short, animal control officer called me, and unfortunately when I finally returned the message, it was after she had gone home for the day. And I explained to her that originally I thought it was Rusty, and then from talking to the lady herself that had the cat, I found out it was this guy. Yeah, this big fat thing. Okay, so now me and this lady know each other, so it's not like she doesn't know who I am and things like that. At the same time, one of the things Animal Control wanted was they wanted to know if I had vaccination records for this cat, which I do not have. I have to get them, and it's been many years since Valerie died that he had received his shots. So, of course, because I don't have transportation to the veterinarian because I don't have a car, I went ahead. I remember there was a mobile vet clinic. I just didn't know where it was. So I just happened to type in Litchfield or Winsted, Connecticut mobile vet clinic. And I contacted the one that was in Norfolk. And these cats, both Fame and Rusty, will be having a vet visit on the 16th of July, and they will get their shots and get their physicals. And I'm going to have her check his ear and make sure he's okay, and see if I can put you on a diet, mister. But he's so significantly overweight. I'm also going to ask her if she can check his general metabolism and his blood sugar, and make sure that he's not developing type 2 diabetes. That's what killed his original caregiver, was going into a diabetic coma. I mentioned that on another video. By the way, I did not hear any more about that topic about the amount of Americans who have lost their Social Security disability check and who have committed suicide. However, I did hear something new from the Department of Work and Pensions in the UK that they want to reduce benefits to the working poor by 15 billion US. Oh wait, 15 billion pounds. Hi, Rusty. Rusty. Let me see that cat for a minute. Oh, come here. Oh, you haven't seen him lately. I thought this was the troublemaker, and it wasn't. You weren't the troublemaker. No, you weren't the troublemaker. Several people in the UK have seriously questioned about the DWP's concept of trying to cut money and expenditures to the poor in the form of tax credits for the working poor, as well as programs for those on disability. If this is maybe a race to the bottom of causing undue hardships to those in the UK who have nothing to give. It's not too much different anywhere else in the world. It's actually becoming a systemic problem here in the United States as well. We've already mentioned about the 2016 last 3 months, so 2016, with the Social Security Disability Program will be out of funds unless Congress acts in a reasonable manner to do something to protect the program. Well, eventually the United States is going to have to do its own austerity, and it's going to really hurt those who cannot afford to pay for it. We also have just found out that Donald Trump is going to give a significant, serious thought to running for president of the United States for the upcoming election year of 2016. I wish him the best of luck. However, I don't know how he will do. I know he's well known, but does he have the chops to do it? I don't know. You know, they always seem to come up with a lot of talk, but he said, the typical career politician are corrupt, have no reality of what really needs to be done, and they're always pushing special agendas. You know what? They're right. He's right there. And today we're going to talk about another issue which has been posted about a concern of an Indonesia supervolcano called Lake Toba. Lake Toba in the Indonesian continent. They are concerned that it is in high alert because they think it's going to blow its top. If it does, it is much bigger than Yellowstone. A small Mount Cinnamon in Indonesia is already erupting. And so they're concerned, since it's so close to Lake Toba, that it's going to possibly result in a chain reaction, which could result in a volcanic winter of unprecedented scale. That's not even doing the deal with Yellowstone, which I also do know that Yellowstone scientists have pointed out that the magma chamber under Yellowstone, the rocks are heating up very quickly and could liquefy and become very much a volcanic risk of becoming liquid magma. Now, I have been reading all this stuff, and also a report that was sent to FEMA, which Lisa Haven had brought up about the concern of the solar hibernation is potentially is going to unstabilize the New Madrid fault and other severe, significant earthquakes. Now, the guy who wrote this letter to the FEMA director is very knowledgeable about his topics, his science work. He worked for NASA on the space shuttle mission. He certainly knows this stuff. So we may see, again, not only a cataclysmic event because of economic disaster, but we also might see a cataclysmic disaster because of environmental concerns of volcanism as well as disasters resulting from volcanoes and things, and being in the possibly the New Madrid, say by 2017 is when they're concerned it might cause some significant earthquake damage. That it's because that is also a major hub for all the many pipelines and power grids and many other services that, including rail and of course transportation, that it could become a really perfect storm of disaster just waiting to happen. Also, the Food and Drug Administration says they want to ban partially PHOs, publicly hydrogenated oils, partially hydrogenated oils, which are sometimes known as an artificial trans fat, by the year 2019. Companies may be able to request a waiver from the ban if they can prove that the products that they're making is not going to be create problems for obesity. A zoo in Denmark is having a problem of the battle of its own bulge, as I'm having with myself and my cats. The animals at the zoo are severely obese. They're not eating. They're eating too much food. They're getting fed 8 times a day, and so the zoo is looking into ways to get the animals to work on a exercise regimen to get them back into shape. It's the same thing with the human beings here on Earth, especially in the United States. We have gotten to the point that we need remote controls for our air conditioners. Why we need remote controls for our air conditioners is beyond me. But anyway, that's the truth. That's what they have done. The latest figure shows that the weight of the average woman today is very close to the average man of 1960. However, these numbers are kind of a little bit misleading because the average height of both men and women have gone up 1 inch since 1960. Also, in addition, our waistlines have also expanded quite a bit since 1960 as well. We certainly have gotten fatter. We certainly have gotten bigger in height as well as our health conditions have declined. One of the reasons that was several people on the RT.com website have claimed is that we have put too much emphasis on labor-saving devices, which we now have, like I said, air conditioners with remote controls, TVs with remote controls, iPhones, iPads, a lot of devices that make us very sedentary. It's the same problem, as I said, the Danish zoo is having with their animals as well. Just basically, they don't do much. They just sit in their enclosures and they're bored and they eat. Okay, same problem as us. My weight is holding its own overall. I'm not too impressed. But the problem is, every time I lose too much weight, I get scared. If I don't want to get too fat. I want to try to keep my weight kind of at what I consider for me a healthy point. Today, I also want to talk to you. Me and Lemmy have talked about this and chewed on it and chewed on it and chewed on it. We can't really come up with an answer how we really feel about the Rachel Dolezal situation. Because it seems to me that it's really kind of hard to see if she's doing something that is in the best interest for the community that she serves, or if she's doing it for self-aggrandizement, even though she says that she wants to continue to serve as a liaison for the black community. Her mother, Ruth Ann, had pointed out that there's no reason why her daughter could not have done the job as a liaison for the black community while still remaining a white girl. Let me just point out something really quick, and I will say this much in defense of Rachel Dolezal, because I don't know their situation enough to really point out everything. Ruthann, outing your daughter on the public scene like that, given the kind of work she does, is actually signing your daughter's death warrant. There is nobody, and some people in the black community are extremely easy to set off. And unfortunately, because of your actions, you may be asking for your daughter to be exterminated. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's just a sad truth. And second of all is, no, there's no way she could have done those missions serving as a liaison for the black community while still being white, because she would never be integrated into the community, which is essential. If you want to be acceptable as black, that's what you need if you're going to serve the black community, because blacks are very close-knit, and they don't really tend to look up to whites too much. We've seen many examples of this with Eddie Gray. We've seen many examples of what happened over there in Ferguson, Missouri. We've seen what happened in Florida. We've seen it over and over again where blacks are traumatized, beat up, and abused. So a female white advocate is not going to be appreciated as much as a black advocate. So that's the reason why. Now, of course, right now the sun is going down, and of course we have our camera in natural existing light mode. So you might see the scene go dark. I did set the camera to auto exposure, but you know what I do what that means. Which means you gotta take it or leave it, because that's the only choice you got. Now, lastly is I want to thank you all for being very patient with me. The fact is we haven't done very many videos in the last few days. We have been through so many days of heat. It has been impressive. Also, Suspicious Observers also showed that we have broken a few heat records globally, which certainly has affected me here as I sweat it out. And sweat it out. And like I said in my video, drink plenty of good, clean drinking water. This happens to be an empty cup. It's just an empty cup. I have water in it usually, but it's empty now. So drink plenty of clean water and stay in a cool area, because the heat will be back. Just like the Terminator said, I will be back. And is the porch going to be starting soon? Yes, it's supposed to. But when exactly? I have heard my landlord say possibly this weekend. And then my friend said to me it was supposed to start today. Well, it didn't start today, so I'm going to have to go by my landlord's statement the weekend. So obviously, given the situation with the lady and the cat, and of course the other construction work, the kitties are going to be staying in the house until the work is done. I also wanted to tell you, yes, I have a dentist appointment for a cleaning on the 18th. That's in 2 days. And yeah, guess what? The booking tooth is still there. Yeah, that's right. It's still there. Both pieces are in my mouth. They never fell out. In fact, it's doing very good. No pain, no gain. Oh, that's good. Anyway, so now, of course, I got a few other things in my life. I've got a new, I want to show you something I found. This was given to me by Robert Bass. This is his book. I happen to still have it. I just found it laying on the bookshelf. It was covered with dust. This is called To Survive 2012. It's still good. There's some good tips in here even now, which is past 2012, especially with all the volcanism. And September of this year, we also are going to be seeing some more significant concerns from the heavenly forces above us. Lisa Haven says that we'll be approaching a Jubilee year. Well, okay, a Jewish Jubilee year. I don't know what that means, but oh well, we'll find out. I guess that's about it for the now, but please don't forget we will be scheduling another Ask Us Anything, and you guys just gotta come up with my questions for me and let me to answer. If you do that, we can at least come up with some a time to have another Ask Us Anything. Please note the deadline is always been the same day. Thursday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? If it's Eastern Daylight or Eastern Standard. Right now, we have sprung ahead, so I guess it's summertime. So, Eastern summertime. So, it's 7 p.m. And, of course, when we go back in the winter, it'll be wintertime at 7 p.m. or 11 p.m. So, 11 p.m. either time, you get your questions into us. You can mail them to bicachela3@gmail.com. Or, of course, you can also U.S. mail them to MicheleMarieDalene. That's MicheleMarie, D as in dog, ALENE, 112 Main Street, apartment number 9 in Winsted, WINSTED. And, of course, the zip code is 06098. The state is Connecticut. And as I said, that's 112 Main Street. And me and Lummy will look at your questions. Of course, you can mail them to Lummy as well at LUMIFINISTRA@gmail.com. And we can still use your donations. If you please can help us to financially to continue to improve our videos, I would be most grateful. Really be most grateful. To do that, it's so easy. You can send it to 2 different PayPals. The first, that's the main one, is bicachela3@yahoo.com, and the second one is bicachela3@gmail.com. That's right, we have 2 different PayPals. And please don't be afraid. We can make a donation. Anything helps. $10, $20 or more, whatever you can give. We're not picky. We're not demanding a monthly subscription, and we don't think that's fair, because I know that my videos vary a lot, and some people like them, some people hate them, and some people are not sure. Well, that's okay. Also, if you have any comments, suggestions for videos, please don't be afraid to do and contact us and let us know what you'd like to see. And also, please do not forget to like or dislike, share with your friends and enemies. Comment always in the comment section below the video so we know what you got to say. And subscribe to the channel. That helps us to know that our videos are reaching you, and that lets us know that you're interested and at least checking the videos out. And also, you will be always kept abreast of new postings. You don't have to worry about constantly going back to the page and looking. You can just check your subscriptions on YouTube, and there's the information. If there's no video, you'll see it. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Bye-bye for now.